They do it to expose their model to people. They do it so you get to know their personality. They do so you get to know which games they like, which cartoons or anime they like. And usually if they are linked to a company, they do like a relay, which means that there's several VTubers. Everything's a bit loud, but better loud than quiet. Can always turn shit down, but not always up. Yeah, that's more or less my policy. If something is a little bit way too loud, just let me know. I'm mostly worried about the music in the background, because if my voice is loud, well, that doesn't really matter that much. I would rather you listen to my voice being loud than the music in the background. So sadly, no, I'm not debuting a new model. This is why this is a bit of a mock debut. It's like a bit of a haha joke, because I realized, turn the music down a little bit. Okay, a little bit behind the scenes here. There. That should do it. Sadly, I have to stream. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I have to use the desktop capture because for what I have planned ahead, I couldn't use the window capture. So it's gonna be a little bit weird. But yeah, a mock debut. I mean, I don't know if this is even a thing. Maybe I'm just making it up. But it's basically like a more ironic debut, I suppose. Yeah, it's probably just the song, so we should be okay right now. Sorry if you hear the fan in the background, but turn the music down by. Okay, yeah, we're good. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I've been planning this silly little stream for a little while, because I realized that when I debuted, when I made my first stream, my gameplay stream, all we did was play 2 games, and we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and we had a way worse mic, and we didn't even have our model here. We got our first model when we played Wario Date. And speaking of Wario Date, it's the last stream we did, and it's finished, and I just did all of the timestamps, so if you want to know how Wario Date ends, you can check it out. Nevertheless, we're going off topic, so yeah, we're just gonna be talking for a little while, so it's gonna get a little bit goofy, it's gonna get a little bit silly, but hopefully we can enjoy it. So, since I'm a very professional person, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to be using one of the best tools known to man. Let me just check that it's capturing alright. Is it? No, because I didn't push the button. Okay, sorry about that. Wait. I'm just being a little bit of a silly sausage right now. There it is. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be capturing the full desktop, and we're going to be using one of the best tools ever known for professionalism. It's called PPW. I don't know, it's a bit of a new program that I found on the internet. All of the professionals are using it. And this is also the reason why I'm upside down. So you can check the information in the slides. Okay, so in a real debut, pretty dang good. Do I need to make you a new model? Stay alive and it's fine. No, you don't need to make me a model. That's okay, thank you. I mean, anything that you offer is always welcomed. But I'm pretty good. I mean, it's part of why I like my model, because I made it myself. In fact, one of the most popular VTubers, I suppose, called Hochimachi Suisei, made the model herself. and later on she got a more professional person to do like a better version of it. But I don't know, it's kind of appealing when you do it yourself. So in a debut we talk about ourselves, so here we go. This is my model, as you can see in the top right and as you can see in the center. Okay, so I made this. I cannot draw for the life of me. I mean, I don't know how much Flux knows about how bad of a graphic artist I am, like an actual illustrator. I made this mascot in particular because it is a lot of simple shapes. In fact, one of the reasons why I made the little cloth over the mouth is because one of my weaknesses is to make necks. And I don't know what the neck of a creature like this would look like. So I covered that up. And it's also something that is a little bit inspired in my actual... I don't know how to say this. In my actual presentation online. Like, when I took pictures of myself and posted them on a certain social media, I wouldn't just post my face. I would use kind of like a cowboy hat or like a farmer's type of hat, and I would cover my face up with a bandana of some sorts. A wardrobe. Well, yeah, my wardrobe, my clothing presentation. So yeah, this is slightly inspired by that. I also like this striped shirt, mostly because it reminds me of the Mother series, which is like Earthbound Beginnings, Earthbound, and Mother 3, and I mean, incidentally, in the future also became a part of Undertale and the Deltarune. All of them use striped shirts, so I thought it was pretty funny. And the only thing that actually really bothers me about this model is that, well, since it's so simple, you can't really tell that I have like hair or fur, so it looks like I just have a big old bald head. I think that's pretty funny. A couple of the distinctions that I wanted to make with my model is that it is a pretty big creature. It's not like massive, like a giant or anything, but it's probably like kind of like my neighbor Totoro. That type of physique, that type of image, that type of height. And I really like the tail. The tail is the only thing that I have ever changed about my model, because the spikes used to be really little, and I kind of wanted to do like a big fork tail, but I came up with a really good lore idea. Like, I want my character to have like electric attributes. Is that the Holocure menu? No. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to have like electric attributes. So I wanted to make it so that when I'm in combat mode, these things go hard, and it's kind of like a blade. But when this boy is chill, it kind of unfurls and becomes more fluffy. I don't know, I'm not really good at lore and world building and OC making and all of that. This is really like my first time doing something like this. But I've been planning on having something to represent myself for a long time, because I'm not really like a face cam type of person. I mean, I could do it, but I mean, I don't know, I'm just very jittery and really weird when I'm on camera. I don't know, I like this better. Besides, I like the artistic aspect of it. I just think it's fun. Okay, so now that we finished discussing the model, let me read you the information on the right and tell you some good information about it. So you may refer to me as Milk, because Milkthrow is a bit of a mouthful, And Milkthrow sounds more like an action, not so much like a person or something like that. If you ever need someone to bounce off of, I'm here for you, and I can pull in Mac to give some advice to. He loves writing. Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about it too much, but maybe in the future, if I decide to take this a little bit more seriously with a better model and an actual VTuber, something that has body tracking or something like that, maybe then it sounds okay. I'm not too much into kayfabe or role-playing that much, but I mean, I don't know, it's kind of fun to have something under your belt, just to be like, oh yeah, so this is my lore, this is my world building. So yeah, when VTubers debut, they have a mother and a father, a mama and a papa. The mother is the one that made the actual drawing. So I'm the mother in this case. This is my baby, I'm the mother. And you may be wondering, who the hell made the rigging? Because you don't have any rig on your model. Well, you see how my model keeps blinking, like when there's sound it's a solid object, and when there's silence it's a transparent black and white version of my model. So I did that thanks to a YouTuber by the name of Andy Lippy, and basically what he told me to do was to download a plugin for OBS that allows me to that allows me to convert my audio into a visual cue. So yeah, this is the closest thing I have to a rig. I think it's pretty funny, it's pretty effective. I like it, I dig it. And I wanted to give credit to the person that made it possible, because he made a really easy to follow tutorial. So if you did both the art and the rigging, you're like a bacteria in the sense you're both your papa and your mama? Yeah, I guess it would be like I'm the product of a mitosis, which is pretty dope. Maybe one day I'll get enough talent to become a bacteria myself. Okay, so here's the birthday. Something that VTubers do is that they separate themselves from their character a little bit. So they give an approximate to their birthday, like if I'm saying July 27th, my real birthday is probably like July 21, 29, something like that, something really close to the actual date, because the birthday that they give away is the one that they want to share with their audience, with their other VTuber friends and all of that, so they spend their time there. And their actual birthday, they can spend it with their family. Or that, or maybe they just want a little bit of privacy. So I see a lot of party poppers in my chat. Anyways, this is my real birthday. I don't care about saying it. Out of all privacy things, this is the thing that I'm the least worried about. Because I mean, I don't know, it's fucking scary if the only thing that the actual public knows about you is your birthday and they can get something out of it. I think that talks volume about security, about the security system. Like, it's not really your fault. It's like, bro, it's my birthday. That's the only thing that you know about me. The only real thing. Am I really gonna get fucked over that? Anyway, so yeah, that's my birthday. I don't really care that much. It's also very close to Sonic's actual birthday, so just wanted to lay out that little information there. My age, well, that's a little bit different. All you have to know is that I'm millennial. For better or for worse, that's who I am, that's what I am. I mean, let's just get it out of the way. Please wait a moment. I think something went wrong with my thingy. Why did you stop, you little shit? Wait, something happened with the playlist. Is something going on with my internet connection? Hopefully not. Well, let's just skip this one because it's giving me problems. There we go. Back in action. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, I'm a millennial, that's all you have to know about me. Bring on the avocado on toast. Bring on all of the stereotypes. Yeah, I probably have all of them. You can make fun of me, I don't care. I'm ancient as well, I'm a fucking man baby. That's what I am, baby. Yeah, and well, I already talked about my proportions. I'm a big motherfucker. Okay, so this thing that I have to my left is my icon. It's something that I definitely did myself and I did install from anything or anywhere. No, but for serious, these two, it has like 3 elements. The actual bottle, the wings, and the little tag. I had a lot of help with this little icon, it's all I'm going to say. I can't take full credit. It's definitely the inspiration from it, it's a little bit strange. So let's just keep going with the video. Oh, what was that? Sorry, didn't mean to sneeze. So I have some inspirations. And since we're talking about my model, let's go to the inspirations for my model. I have 4 here. As you can notice, they are mostly like rabbit-like creatures. This is an enemy from the Clonoa series. I always thought it was super cute. It looks very innocent, but they're troublesome. They are a little bit rascally and mischievous. So I also wanted to incorporate some of that into my model. Like, I'm not necessarily like a villain type character in terms of the visual aspect, but I don't know, I wanted to look like not quite so cute, but still very cute. I think I captured it okay. So here we have my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's Audino. It's also a type of rabbit. You can't really see the tail, but the tail really gives it away that it's a type of rabbit or bunny. I like the proportions as well because it has like very short legs and it has like a very oval-like stomach and a very simple face. I really like simple faces. Simple faces are really effective when, well, especially for me because I can't do any detailed looks, so that kind of works. So Napstab look. You know what's funny about Napstab look? If you put the little clothing here, right below his nose. Yeah, Audino is a rabbit. You can see it on the tail and the ears. I mean, obviously it's a Pokemon. It's a nothing. But I do think it's slightly inspired by a rabbit, especially if you see the tail. So yeah, the thing that I have most in common with Napstab look is the completely white color. Like, I'm ghostly white, but it makes sense because I'm a rabbit. But also the eyes, I think they are very similar. Mine are a little bit more splotchy, like it looks more like paint. But I mean, it's still, I mean, there's a little bit of a distinction there. But yeah, I do think I look kind of similar to it. It's a bit of a coincidence, but not really, because when I was drawing the eyes, I really did say to myself, this looks straight up like Napstab look, but that's not much of a bad thing. Okay, so this is Terriermon, so we have a Pokemon and a Digimon. I mean, can you tell that I'm a freaking weeb and a bit of a furry? I mean, not really, I'm not a furry. If you really want to question me on this, I really don't consider myself a furry, but I just think it's funny how much of a coincidence it is that a lot of my favorite designs are very like cutesy animals, kind of like that Sanrio vibe, like Hello Kitty, Cinnamon Roll, all of that. So yeah, the Digimon, I mean the big ears, it's the thing that sticks out the most. I'm not a closet furry. I would admit it if I were. I'm not gonna be slandered like this. Okay, so you can see that he has the little bandana, but he has it on his chest, and you can see on his little hands that he has a different color, and also you can see the ears. The ears are pretty much what I did with my actual model, like the light blue color. I think it's pretty clear that 4 of these characters are very influential in my model. He's very open about being a furry. What did I get myself into? Alright. Furry just means an affinity for animalistic characters, friend. Nothing wrong with it. Listen. Maybe I like the designs, but I'm not into that community or anything like that. Not because I think they're repulsive or anything like that. I'm just very asocial. And if anything, the community that I like right now is, I guess, the YouTube gaming community and VTubers, which are kind of related to each other. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not the fucking expert in these topics, huh? Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so more of my inspirations. You don't have to be part of the community to be under the blanket term. I know. We can have a discussion about that later. Maybe I should take some test online, like those quizzes that you see in those sites, like, I don't want to say BuzzFeed, but kind of like that. It's like, are you a furry, yes or no? Because I'm sure I'll at least get a little bit higher than no, sadly. Anyways, my inspirations in media. I'm a bit of a filmmaker. We could also have that discussion now. No thanks. My inspiration in regular media, I'm a bit of a filmmaker myself. I mean, not really anything that I would proudly present to the world, but I'm familiarized with the work of a camera, with photography, with actually filming, and I don't know, also with writing, like writing a script and directing, all of that. And also I just like watching fucking media, because who doesn't? So the director that is more consistently enjoyable for me will be Quentin Tarantino. I really like Kill Bill, I really like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, obviously. I like fuck, what was that one called with the cowboys? I mean, not Django, the other one. I really like Django though. The Furious 6, something like that. I really like that one. I think there's only like 2 or 3 films of him that I haven't watched, and I really enjoyed what I've seen of him. I mean, he's really popular. Individuals, David Stream turns violently towards gaslighting him into calling himself a furry. Yeah, we're going to be all over Twitter and YouTube thumbnails. I'm really gonna screw the pooch on this one. Other than that, I like Stanley Kubrick. I really like Space Odyssey 2001. That's one of the most mind-blowing films I've ever seen. I would like to watch it again, but I don't want to watch it by myself. Like, I want to see somebody who hasn't seen the movie react to it, because I mean, I watched this on my own late at night, so I don't know. Never seen 2001. It's pretty mind-blowing in certain ways, especially because it's a movie from the freaking 60s, and the special effects, the practical effects, my god, my dude, that thing is mind-blowing. And I really like the story itself, like the script and all of that, really good. So Stephen King, I mean, it's weird because, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't read a lot, and that's mostly because, one, I have shitty eyes. I can't keep up with the small writing on the books. And second of all, I don't know if I have ADHD. I'm not like professionally like taken care of on that, but I mean, I just get distracted so much. I'm very dispersed, so it's very hard for me to read. So audiobooks, dude, audiobooks are the freaking bomb, and I wish I could listen to more of them because I do listen to them, but nowhere near enough because I'm just too into video gaming, so I just choose it over reading or audiobooks. So yeah, we're gonna talk about gaming later on. That's the last page that we have, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. I just only saw The Thing last year and Alien about 5 years. Oh, yeah, I know the song. Yeah, so The Thing, it's a great movie, I like it. Other works that I like from Stephen King are, well, Misery, I like Dolores Claiborne, I like It, I like Thinner. Obviously, I've only seen like the movies that they made, but I assume reading the books would be just as good, if anything better, right? Leica Studios are the ones that made Paranorman and Coraline, Kubo and the something string, I don't remember. I really like how that one looked. The thing that I like the most about Leica Studios is that it's undisputedly such a freaking beast when it comes to claymation. I mean, not claymation, stop motion. I mean, each of their movies takes a long time to be made, but the result, at least visually, is always so freaking mind-blowing. I love it. I really like Nintendo. I've been falling off of Nintendo a little bit, like, I don't know, the newer titles don't really call my attention, but Mario Wonder and the Mario Bros. Movie are two recent things that I'm really positive on the reception. I really like it. So I mean, Nintendo will always be an inspiration to me because they like to try stuff. They like to try different stuff. They never settle for just the standard or amping up the graphics. I feel they are always innovating. Genndy Tartakovsky is the creator of Samurai Jack and Primal, among many other things, also Dexter's Laboratory. All I have to say about Genndy, if you haven't seen Primal, do yourself a favor and watch that shit. It is one of the most enjoyable animations I've ever seen. It's very mature, but like not to a distasteful degree. Like there's violence and I don't know, there's other stuff, but like just visually, my guy, so good. And Kentaro Miura, F in the chat for my boy. I love him so much. He sacrificed so much of his life for his creation, so much so that it's freaking scary. Like, I think most sane people will tell you, even though his creation, Berserk, is one of the most legendary manga in humanity, like my guy, you can't tear away at your body like that, my guy. Live your life a little bit more. I do have to say something about Miura, and I'm so sorry, Flux. But I do have to say something about Miura. And besides Berserk, he was really into Idolmaster, which is funny enough because a lot of VTubers got really popular because of Hololive, especially internationally. So VTubers, Hololive. I mean, I remember he sadly left us during the pandemic before it really blew up. So I just hope he got to see some of it. I'm sure he would have had fun with it. A lot of people actually held that against him because it was like, stop watching so many idols and work on your manga. And I'm like, bro, let the guy have some fun, for God's sake. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so this is a PNG tuber or VTuber mock debut, so we're gonna talk a little bit about VTubers. My favorite VTuber of all time, no contest, Pikami. I already made a stream about it. You guys already saw what happened. I mean, I could fanboy about her for like hours and hours, so let's move it along. Wait, I just got a message, let me check it out. Huh. That's pretty cool, Sora. It's kinda spooky because it's red though. And my whole color palette is blue and white. Anyways, so really quick, the other ones, Hachama. Hachama is truly the reason why I stuck in the VTuber sphere. I think she was very entertaining. I think the fact that she spoke more English than most at the time, like early 2020, really brought on a lot of international attention to Hololive. Also, she's the original fit VTuber, so don't even at me. Oh, and I like Hachama cooking. We're gonna be going into that later. Kiryu Coco, probably the most legendary VTuber. I mean, at least the most legendary when it came to making an exit. So many viewers on that last stream. So much respect for her. Hoshomarin, absolute beast. She actually got to meet Sun from the Toho series, and she got to work with Toby Fox for one of her original songs. So I absolutely love her. I love her music, I love her animations, I love everything. She's a good mangaka as well. She's insanely talented, and I could simp over her for like hours and hours. So, but I'm already taking a lot of time, so let's blow through some of this. Most of Hololive, I mean Hololive. You've seen me play Idol Showdown, you've seen me play Holocure. I am head over heels over Hololive. My friend got to meet Henya. Really, did he? Red is really good for sleepy eyes. I could set it to blue, but my eyes would not enjoy it. Yeah, I know. It is cozy though. Okay, so Iron Mouse, the biggest Latino representation in all of VTuber, and she is an absolute beast when it comes to entertaining. Look at her yourself if you're interested. There's so much more I could say about her. And there's also Depressed Nusagi, or DN Kun as we like to call him. He's a little bit of a controversial figure, but if you see a lot of his videos you can really see the passion behind it. And he's just like one of us, like he's just a fucking passionate degenerate about VTubers. Like he likes to watch the girls dance and sing and make funny jokes. That's all there is to it. He makes good content in my opinion. Yeah, he has a video. There was a Bishojo meet and greet at AX. Oh yeah, I saw that. Like she was walking around in a little robot with a display. Okay, so we're gonna talk about YouTubers, last one of this slide here. Well, first in the list are my friends. What are my friends? Midnight Koi, Flux the Forsaken, and Sorachikara. All three of them make content, I mean, and I also do content, and I was inspired by them to start trying. Because I always had like this big silly fantasy in my head that, oh, what if I tried entertaining people? What if I got myself out there and told people about what I like, what games I enjoy, and all of that. So they really were a big inspiration in me actually starting to make content. I always thought it was silly, like, oh, what if people make fun of me or whatever, but I don't know. As I've aged, it's like, bro, call me whatever the fuck you want, add me to your cringe compilation. I just wanna chill. I just wanna have fun. So here we are, very talented, all of my friends. Go check them out if you haven't. Now, if we're talking about YouTubers that I don't know personally, there's also the Runaway Guys. It's my absolute favorite channel in all of YouTube. And guys, for me to say that, I watch a lot of YouTube. I've watched, I think, every single video that I have ever posted out. That's how much I love them. It's Chaga Conroy, Nintendo Capri-Sun, and Proton John. Proton John himself is one of the very first Let's Players that ever surfaced on YouTube. So if you want an OG, that's an OG right there. I also like a lot of Lost Media and horror channels. To name some, Blame It on George, Rainbot, Nexpo, Nick Crowley, all of them make really good content. We should probably check them out some other time, maybe on Halloween. I should make my own stream channel instead of hugging kois. Well, I mean, it works. I mean, as long as we're having fun, I guess. I mean, there's also playlists. So, Cinemassacre. Speaking of OGs, this is the most OG that you could ever come up with. Like, whenever you see someone like John Trump, Pro Jared, Peanut Butter Gamer, whoever make one of game review, acting silly in front of the camera, destroying the games. I mean, it all started with James Rolfe. And fun story, I mean, he was making content even before YouTube, but I found him until 2014. I was so freaking late to the party, dude. Like, I mean, I heard the name and I saw his face, but I never actually looked into his content. When I did look into his content, I was on vacation, so I was like, I have some time to kill. I mean, I could watch this guy. Maybe he'll surprise me. And I did watch him, and I really, really liked his work. So that's my story with Cinemassacre. I still want to know what happens if you go live on multiple devices simultaneously. Same things happen if you divide by 0. That's one of my Reddit memes for you. Anyways, another YouTuber that really inspired me, another F in the chat, my boy Erika. I loved his streams so much. I had so much fun being on his chat before it all went absolutely bonkers with the situation. You already know what the situation is, right? Thing is, I found him, it wasn't because of Undertale, but when he was playing Undertale, I stuck around in his streams and I actually became a regular. I could watch some of his videos, like my very, very favorite videos on stream, if we ever do like a different type of stream, because he was so freaking funny. I really like his positive energy. Like he was the ultimate bro. Like no one's more of a bro than him. Like a really big inspiration for us all. And also he was such a Nintendo fanboy. And usually when you hear of a Nintendo fanboy, you have this idea in your head that they like all of these childish games and they are a bit of a man baby, super nerdy and all of that. And this motherfucker who was so outgoing and with this big energy inspiring people, it's like, it's not what you would expect of a Nintendo fanboy. He would call himself the Nintendo bad boy. Absolute legend. Okay, and these two at the end, Biliana and Fury Party. Biliana used to go by the name I Love Knuckles and Shadow. Yeah, cumbersome name, but it was like 2008. And she made a lot of like AMVs and silly videos like Sonic and Shadow with In the End by Linkin Park in the background, or Do You Like Waffles? A lot of shitposty funny videos. And she was the first channel that I ever subscribed to. Absolute legend in my book. And Fury Party, my guy. She's such a legend. She's a Peruvian animator from Newgrounds, and she made Naruto parodies and some Smash parodies, and even now she keeps posting sometimes some Pokemon parodies, and I just like her a lot. She's so much fun. Anyway, enough stalling. This is taking way longer than I intended to, but I just love spreading the love of everything that I really like in media, especially YouTube. YouTube is very special to me. Okay, so remember we were talking about world building? This background, the only thing that I drew is the grass that you see at the very bottom. Everybody give it up for me! So yeah, these are all internet assets, and I'm pretty sure they are not under any copyright or anything. If so, well, I guess I'm kind of fucked. I'll just delete everything and go into hiding. But but the background, actually, my friend made it, Flux the Forsaken, and he made it as, I mean, you only see part of it. If you were to browse to the right, you would see a milk bottle with, I mean, my icon. You already know my icon. You would see his interpretation of that. So I wanted to include him somewhat in my streams, so I just used the background, which is very pretty. And okay, so what you see here in the lore is what little I've ever thunk of having a lore. So I don't know if you know this legend, or I don't know, tale, fable, whatever you want to call it. There's actually rabbits on the moon, and that's a Japanese fable that rabbits and the moon have a deep connection within them, or that rabbits come from the moon or something like that. It goes something like that. I don't know the whole story, but I thought it was funny if I were to incorporate my bunny persona into space. And you can see a lot of leaks in the background, and I wanna convey them as trees. And this is my little wooden house. So the milk that I get, or I usually got, was like leek milk. It was basically juice that came from the leek, and it tasted so freaking bad that I actually became like a wanderer and decided to leave my planet, or whatever the fuck, I mean this area, and I discovered actual milk in the planet Earth, and that's the milk that I actually like to drink, and it's vastly superior to the leek milk, because I actually don't like leeks at all in real life. And so this is more or less my station, but my job, in quotation marks, is to gather stuff up from different worlds, different galaxies, different places, whatever you want to call it. I haven't thought about it too much. That's all I have in my head. Now, an Oshi mark. You may be wondering, what the fuck is that? An Oshi is somebody that you support. How do you milk a leek? I don't know if you ever stabbed a leek and a little bit of water comes out of it, and it's white and it's disgusting. Basically that. No, it doesn't have little others. Little leek others. So yeah, an Oshi mark. An Oshi is somebody, VTuber, or I mean, it's a term from Japan. It's basically somebody that you support. So if you want to display that publicly, you would add an emoji to your name on Twitter, or you would just spam it in the chat or something like that. So for some VTubers, like for Pikami it was a lightning bolt. For Henia it's the little tofu on fire. It looks like a little flower. I mean, I'm gonna put it on chat because I don't know how to describe it. It's like a name tag. There it is. It's this one. That's Henias. So I'm a basic ass bitch, so yeah, my Oshi mark is a glass of milk. There's not really a bottle, otherwise I would have chosen that. So there's my Oshi mark. And here are my socials. X or Twitter, it's at Milkthrow. YouTube, it's at Milkthrow. And Discord is my friends. Yeah, I don't have a Discord. I don't want the responsibility of having a Discord. Oh my god, Flux, that is so freaking cute. Why do you do this to me? Oh, I'm gonna fucking end my life. Okay. So yeah, I already got all flabbergasted because my friend drew a very cute picture for me. So the Discord in which you can find me is actually my friend's Discord, Flux the Forsaken. Flux the Forsaken has his very own channel, and the last thing he streamed was Holocures, so he's not as much into VTubers as I am. I mean, he's basically almost completely unfamiliar with them. So if you wanna see a normie react to them, you can see his stream. I really enjoyed that personally. And once you see his video, I mean, you can go to his Discord and you'll find me there. Anyways, enough of that. Okay, another thing that VTubers do when they talk to their audiences on debut is that they talk about their abilities, their hobbies, their likes and dislikes, and all of that. It's a fun game. I like Vampire Survivor type games. I might play it again. Bro, if you do, fucking let me know, cause I need to see you play it. The update is so freaking good. It's so addicting. It's actually kind of scary. It's so freaking fun. So yeah, here are some of my abilities and hobbies and goals. So many VTubers are so talented that they speak multiple languages. I can only speak two. I can speak English, which is what I'm using right now, and I can speak Spanish. I'm gonna speak a little bit of Spanish. I don't think any of my viewers right now know how to speak Spanish, so I'll keep it short. Hola, me llamo Milkthrow y sí, me gusta mucho todo lo que es como YouTube, me gusta mucho todo lo que es jugar. Como pueden ver, mi voz es un poco extraña, pero no sé, siempre me pego y todas esas cosas así en mi idioma natal y toda esa cosa. Entonces, espero que les guste cómo hablo, sí o no, ¿entienden? Sí, no, ok. Tacos. Okay. Yeah, so those are the two languages that I'm somewhat fluent at. I'm not even sure if I'm fluent at my very own mother tongue. So, when it comes to Japanese and Italian, they are languages that I'm interested in. I never fully took like classes or any tutors for them to teach me the language. It's all self-taught, and it's from, I mean, let's be honest, it's all from watching VTubers and anime and all of that. But for Italian, actually it's kind of interesting because the reason why I wanted to learn Italian is because I wanted to listen to opera without having the need for subtitles, so I could listen to it live. I wanted to know the story of the opera scene without actually having to look out for subtitles or anything like that. I think my love for Italian is a lot more genuine than my exposure to Japanese. So let me try to speak some Japanese. I've been getting more familiarized due to watching so many VTubers. They also have like a greeting, so it's like konbanwa, which is like good evening, and they add something to it, so it's like konyu, konginu, kongitsune, something like that. So gyunyu is the Japanese word for milk, so I think something, me speaking Japanese would probably go something like this, like Kon gyunyu minasan, watashi wa Milkthrow, gyunyu e igu koto wa, watashi wa nihongo jousu de wa nai, honto maji warai, moshikashite yamaresen. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Like, seriously, I have literally no idea how to hold a conversation, but I do. I can get enough context out of the words to form a sentence, and I think that's very. I don't know. I think that's like progress, at least. I never even tried learning Japanese when I was in high school. I wasn't really that much of a weeb in high school, actually. My weebiness increased as time went on, but that doesn't mean I watched too much anime. We're going to be going into that later. Now for Italian, I'm a little more aware of how the sentence structure goes, because it's fairly similar to Spanish, yeah. So instead of konbanwa, it would be buonasera. Buonasera, it's good evening. So like, if I wanted to go full Mario and go Buonasera paisanos, mi chiamo Milkthrow, significa latte in inglese. Il mio italiano non è molto buono, scusami. Io sono uno mammoni. Io adoro il formaggio, il pomodoro, il pan. La caprese è molto delizioso. Like, I don't know. That's the type of shit. I mean, when it comes to Italian, I also know a lot of the words for food, because Italian cuisine, man, I admire the fuck out of Italian cuisine. Bro, no Dutch? I'm out of here. Hola, yo soy Dora. ¿Cómo se dice? I don't fucking understand you. I can't fucking understand you. Oh my god. Culo, milk, light, gala. Yeah, latte. I don't fucking understand you would be no te entiendo un carajo. I don't know why I said it like a Cuban person, but anyways, yeah, that's enough for languages. I'm mostly passionate about Italian, but I'm way more exposed to Japanese, so I don't know. My hobbies: gaming, absolute gamer. I am the most gamer you have ever seen. Except I don't play any shooters. But let's leave the gaming talk for later. YouTube, I mean, you saw me absolutely babbling about all the YouTubers that I like. I could do that for hours, honestly. Hours and hours I could do it. I like cooking. I'm very passionate about cuisine, gastronomy. The type of cooking that I like the least is like pastries and baking, because I think that's what most people like to do, like making desserts and shit. But it's like, okay, desserts are great, bread is great, but we also need to make something for lunch and dinner. So I like to learn the actual big meals, because I like to feed people, and I like seeing that they enjoy the food that I make. And not gonna lie, I love eating it myself. Like, come on, guy, everything tastes so much better when you're sharing with people. Like, it's such a good way to socialize. I'm also into filmmaking. I'm not that good at it. I mean, I did graduate from it, but it's not really like a big passion, but it's a thing that I'm glad I learned how to do. And I like animation. I mean, if I can't even draw, can I animate? I mean, not really, but it is also something that I am very passionate about. And I'm great at it. What the fuck? You lying? Stop fucking lying. No, but thank you. Okay, animation, I'm absolutely head over heels over animation. Funny enough, I think I like cartoons more than anime, but I really fucking love anime. So we're gonna be going into that later. Now for my goals. Learn skills I'm somewhat passionate about. Okay, so one of the stream ideas that I have is that I want to draw on stream. And it's gonna be so freaking painful because I cannot freaking draw, but I want to do it. I also wanna I don't know what else do I wanna do on stream. I mean, I wanna get better at streaming actually. Right now I'm using very basic OBS settings. Like I wanna get better at it. And I think the music just stopped. I didn't put any more music, sorry. Anyways, hopefully we won't be here for long. Okay, so be less afraid. Be less afraid. One of the reasons why I started streaming was because I actually got the courage to start streaming because I finished my graduation project, and that was something that was looming over me for a very long time. So the fact that I actually made it and that it was actually kind of a good product, it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be so freaking afraid of trying. And this is easier said than done, but if you do something that you want to do and suck at it, that's just the first step into becoming sort of good at it. So you shouldn't be too afraid of failure. Obviously, way easier said than done. So like, I'm trying to work on it. I'm really trying, trust me. Believe me when I say that I'm trying. I want to become more independent because, I mean, I used to have a job before the horrible pandemic hit. The pandemic put an end to a lot of my life aspects, but I was enjoying working in a certain way. Like, it was fulfilling, and I like routine. A lot of people don't like routine, like they want every experience to be new and exciting. I was pretty good with having a routine. I liked it, and I like having money, and I like having taken care of my family and all of that. It was pretty good. So I'm not too afraid of working, but I am afraid that my work isn't good enough, so it's a bit of a juggling act there. But I'm working on it. That's why I'm putting myself out there. I wanna fight my demons. Go outside more. Okay, here's the thing. I like going outside sometimes, but it's so inconvenient. Like the public transport. What if it rains? What if I take the wrong bus? That happened to me like a week and a half ago. I took the wrong bus and I was so freaking upset about it because it's like, great, now I have to take another bus, or I have to take an Uber, or I have to walk, and I used my money for nothing. I think I took the wrong bus. I'm a fucking dumbass. And not only that, but I'm very afraid of interacting with people outside. I don't know, I'm kind of awkward, I guess. But I don't want that to stop me because I do like nature. I mean, not so much like hiking and stuff like that, but I like both nature and the urban, I don't know, atmosphere. So yeah, I mean, before I couldn't get out because of COVID, but now I can, more or less. So I want to change that. Better my social skills, I already kind of talked about that. Finish personal projects. Fucking goddamn it. I mean, you already heard how much it was looming over me to finish my graduation project. And it was great that I finally got it done, but it took me so long. This is one of my biggest weaknesses, so I need to work on it very hard. So let's hope I can do it. Now, I also want to hone my vocabulary on all languages, but it's probably gonna be mostly English. And before I streamed Holocure and WarioWare, it had been a while I before I streamed, so I feel like the lack of practice kind of made my accent, I don't know, thicken a little bit more. So it's like, holy shit, I need to keep this up, dude. It doesn't help that I actually don't talk much in real life, not even in Spanish. So it's very hard to communicate for me. It's just something that I'm having troubles with in general in life. I've always had that. It's nothing new. So, so yeah, that kind of helps to stream. Streaming has really helped me with it, I feel. Okay, so that's my goals. And now we're going into my likes and dislikes. Okay, this is where you can fucking fight me if you'd like to. Okay. Obviously I like video games, I like animation, I like YouTube, I like all of that. I've already discussed that. What else do I like? I like drawing. Even before I tried drawing like a mascot for myself, I always enjoyed drawing. I just thought it was funny how somebody that has no idea what they're doing can convey something visually, and practice makes perfect. So I have gotten better at it, believe it or not. So even my handwriting is kind of iffy, so I'm really not talented, but I mean, hard work beats talent, right? That's what Naruto taught us, more or less. No? Okay. I can't keep my eyes open anymore, sorry. Have a great rest of your stream. I'll rewatch in the morning. No worries. You worked very hard today, and thank you so much for waiting for me. And have a great rest. Okay, so just me and you, Flux. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, drawing. I also like R18 plus type of things. That includes like hentai and all of that. And the reason why I'm talking about it's because I think it's very dumb and hypocritical that people don't consider it art in certain ways. It's like, have you seen the type of creative things people do to get off? Okay, I don't want to linger on that too much, but all I'm saying is I'm very not against the idea. I am not a purist in any type of way. I completely endorse people exploring themselves in this way, and I mean, it's never been a problem for me. Like, maybe it's because I'm a millennial numbwit, but I mean, when people talked about sexuality stuff, it never made me uncomfortable, and it was actually kind of endearing in many ways. So like, fuck it, if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I like sauna. I like going into saunas. I think it's super good for your skin, and I feel like I really need it sometimes. I like to make my pores breathe. Like, it feels so freaking refreshing. It's like working out and taking a shower both at the same time. It's very good for you. I mean, at least I feel like. I like streaming. I mean, when it comes to watching streams, I'm not that much of a person that watches streams, but they are still fun. One of the main reasons why I put timestamps in the comments is because I like videos of highlights and all of that more than I like watching a full stream. So the timestamps is a good middle ground, I feel. But yeah, I like streaming myself. It's very fun. I'm trying to get better at it, so here we are. I like board games. Anything like Scrabbles. Sorry, bit of a hiccup. Anything like Scrabble, chess, Parcheesi, Monopoly, all of that. I really like all of those games. Super fun to play. I'm always down for a board game, but sometimes getting into new ones seems like such a chore. But I like them in general. I like movies, obviously. Yeah, I've already talked about that enough. I like theater. I actually really like theater. I don't go to it enough. I really should. But you know what's bad about liking theater? It involves going out. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain for me. But I really, really like it. Theater is so freaking good. Even shitty theater, it's like enjoyable to some degree because people are always trying. I like filmmaking. I already talked about that. Fan fiction. I mean, come on. Who are you talking to here? You're talking to your average VTuber fan. Obviously, I like some type of fan fiction. I mean, I guess I'll also include creepypastas when it comes to fan fiction, because it's just kind of like creepy fan fiction. Kind of like horror stories and all of that. I really liked it. Even if it's stupid, I just like it. I like cats. Absolutely obsessed with them. I have 4 of them. I already talked on stream how one of them sadly left me. Like, it died. But like, getting over it. I mean, not getting over it, that sounds a little bit cold, but moving on is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I absolutely love my cats. I like audiobooks. I already talked about that a little bit. Now here comes my dislikes. I dislike politics, not so much because I don't like discussing political issues, but it depends on the context. If you're my personal friend and I know that having like different views is not gonna stop our friendship, sure, I can talk politics with you. But usually, who do you end up talking politics with? Some fucking stranger on Facebook or YouTube? Like, no. Everybody just ends up super fucking angry. My best friend and I, we talk politics, I mean, not all the time, but sometimes. And it's always very enjoyable because even when we don't agree, it's like, well, it's just how you feel. Like, or our bond is stronger than that, and I think that's very assuring. And what the fuck is that, Flux? Flux. Sometimes I question you. You can post those in the Discord if you'd like. But I really appreciate them, man. Wow, I can't get over the bara. Okay, so I don't like drama too much. One of the most popular channels on YouTube called Penguin Zero or Moist Critical, whatever you want to call it, he says that he's actually not hypercritical about it because he likes drama, he likes seeing it unfold and all of that. And I kind of understand it, but honestly, when I just see drama like this TikToker said the funny word, right? The funny no word, whichever word you're thinking of, probably that one or even worse. And it's like, you know, I am way too old for this shit. Just let me watch my YouTube Let's Plays, okay? That's how I feel about drama in general. I mean, if something requires discussion, I'll discuss it. But I'm not too good with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, here's a hot take. Everybody says which one is the worst fan base. People say something like, oh, Sonic has the worst fan base, or oh, Pokemon has the worst fan base. Real talk, how come nobody says Star Wars? Like, it's one of the biggest fan bases in the world, in the entire world. Even freaking normies like Star Wars. And they can be so obnoxious about it. And I've never watched it. And I kind of tried watching it. And it didn't capture me. And it's like, this is what people are going crazy about? Maybe I'm just too young for this? Because I know it was a killing thing in the 80s. But even people my age are very crazy about Star Wars. And they watch The Mandalorian, and they watch all of the animated series, and they watch all of the spin-offs. And it's like, maybe I just need to give it a try. But honestly, you put Star Wars or Lord of the Rings in front of me, even if Lord of the Rings could be longer, I would rather watch that because the world building there captures me more. And I'm not even the type of person to like world building that much, so it's very weird. I mean, obviously, no real hate. Like, if you like Star Wars, you like it. I like way worse stuff, trust me. I like horrible things. So, maybe you shouldn't take it that seriously coming from me. But yeah. I like 46, and that's pretty much where it ends. Everything else can be okay. That's the thing, man. People say, oh, the very first 3 movies that came out, which is 4, 5, and 6, because they came out in that order. I like those, but I don't like the prequels. And for a stranger like me, it's like, it looks like more of the same shit, dude. It looks like the same stuff. Why are you making such a big fuss about Jar Jar when you have other fantastical creatures with tentacle mouths and all of that shit? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have to really look at all of it before I can make a final judgment. But it's just something that eludes me in my life. It's like, what is this? And why is it such a big deal? Okay, Star Wars rant over, because I mostly have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's everywhere! Anyways, next one, cancel culture. I just fucking dislike Twitter in general. I mean, like 8.6 times out of 10 when somebody tries to cancel somebody, it's just people being dicks in general. I mean, they don't even watch the original person that is under fire, and they just like to fucking fight and grab each other by the throat and start fucking blasting. So it's like, bro, can you just, I don't know, fuck off? I mean, I could go into it, but that's kind of correlated to drama, so I'll just leave it at that. We can discuss it later if you'd like, I don't know, on one-on-one if you want to get to know me. Maybe if I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies, which is one of those games that I just babble about. I dislike crime. It's funny because you might think like, duh, obviously, but the very first game that we played on this channel, Scratching Melody, people were like, okay, so what's wrong with graffiti and stuff? It's like that type of mentality that you see especially in like younger people. It's like, oh, but if a crime it doesn't have a victim, why make a big fuss out of it? Okay, maybe it doesn't have a victim for you, but it made to other people. And I would never commit a crime, especially piracy. I would never ever commit piracy because I am way below I am way above that. Piracy is completely not justified, especially with retro games. That shit, you should pay $200 for a cartridge. I mean, I don't care who you are. Need a little bit of water to wash down the shame and the hypocrisy. I don't know, just a little bit of a silly bit. It's funny because when I am given the option, I always go for the righteous or paragon of justice option. So I don't know, maybe I just have an alignment towards the good guys. Okay, I dislike driving mostly because I really didn't learn how to do it. And not only that, because it's freaking dangerous, and many of the dangers in the street are not even up to you. Like, the asphalt in the street might be fucked up, the people driving could be fucked up, and they won't respect the traffic laws, and you're just dicked over because some idiot decided to, I don't know, run past a red light or something. It's just very stressing. I always have a lot of respect for whoever is driving, and I try to distract them the least that I could because they have to concentrate. And my mom is somebody who doesn't understand that. It's like, bro, They are the one driving. Try not to distract them. Try not to shout. Try not to move abruptly. We are in freaking danger here. Don't you understand? Besides heart disease, this is probably the most common type of death. So chill the hell out. I don't know. It's just something that a lot of people don't have the. They don't really think about it. It's like, bro, we're in danger. I don't know. Okay, Hollywood, Dan Schneider, Kevin Spacey, Jeffrey Epstein. Do I need to say more? I don't think I do. You agree with all of my driving takes? Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Hollywood, piece of shit people. I mean, not even the people sometimes, just the system. Like, goddamn, it's so freaking scary. Podcasts, the only podcast that I ever listened to and enjoyed it fully is BORW, the voice of the Report of the Week, also known as Review Bro. Super enjoyable, but like, he had to stop uploading to YouTube because he talked about certain things that YouTube didn't agree with. So he's in other platforms and on the radio because he's very passionate about analog radio. So I stopped listening to his podcasts, but if he ever comes back to YouTube, trust me, I'll listen to it if I'm not too busy or listening to some other stuff. But I like it. That's the exception though. All the other podcasts that I hear is like people fucking talking about, I don't know, fucking how to pull out girls by being alpha, or why women don't like blah, 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 blah. Or oh, here's the top 5 NFT crypto investments that you should make. It's like, no. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. NFTs and crypto, do I need to say more? You goddamn plague. You goddamn scammers. Horror games? Okay, so I want to play a horror game on stream, but I want to start out tame because I know that I'm not gonna be good with it. I have a game in mind, but I have to actually buy it, so I'll think about it. But all I'm saying is I'm not fucking good at it. I suck. And I get angry. I don't get like, people get freaked out and they get like they're gonna cry or anything like that. I don't. I get fucking angry. I start swearing like a goddamn sailor, and I start going like the least PC person that you have ever met, because like, goddamn son, I just get angry. Dead Space? Maybe. And you know, I mean, you know what you did. You know what that last option is? No, you don't. And I'm gonna keep it a secret. And it's gonna drive you crazy. Okay. Before we move on, let me just do a little something here. Because little behind the scenes. Okay. So now let's talk about food. I could talk about food for like hours and hours. I don't know if you could see it because I was a bit of a meme lord and put the text all over an image. But there it is. It says foods that I like are octopus. I really like octopus. When it comes to seafood, it's my favorite, more so than shrimps, more so than crab, more so than oysters. Absolutely love octopus. I like potatoes. Potatoes is the best food purely because of how malleable it is. You could fry them, you could make them into mashed potatoes, you could cube them up and make like a bit of a I don't know the word for it in Spanish, in English, But basically, you can do a ton of things with them. You can bake them. It's so good. You can make them with tomato sauce. You can make them with milk, with a little bit of butter and cheese. All of that. Super good. Milk. This is not a meme. This is not a part of my character. I absolutely love milk. And any milk substitute that I've tried that is not cow's milk doesn't quite capture me as much as cow milk. So I'm sorry, vegans, but almond milk is not for me. Real milk, Speaking of milk, I really like combining it with coffee, and I absolutely adore coffee. And I know my buddy Flux here doesn't like coffee, and he is forgiving. Like, I'll give him a pass. But goddamn, I love coffee so much. Maybe it's because in my country it's so common to drink coffee. Like, it's common to drink coffee like 3 times a day sometimes. Or at least once when you wake up and during the afternoon. Like, it's very normal to drink coffee here. I love it so much. Really good coffee. I could even drink it without sugar or milk. I like it that much, but I prefer if it has at least milk. All meats, I like all meats. There hasn't been a type of meat that I've tried that I didn't like. I like, well, maybe except duck. I didn't like duck too much. It was a little bit too sweet for me. But I mean, I could still eat it. But I'll even consider the morally questionable ones. If you present me with a baby deer, a very small baby deer, and tell me, do you want to eat this shit? I can prepare it really nice. I have some sage, I have some tarragon, I'm gonna make some really good fucking A quality meat. I'ma say, cook that baby up and give it to me. Because I like meat that much. I don't know if I've eaten mouse meat, Flux, and I don't mean to sound racist, but there's a lot of Chinese restaurants around my area, and sometimes some of the meat, they say it's chicken, but the consistency is really fucking weird, and I'm not sure. I mean, this is just facts. I mean, I'm just saying I don't think that's fucking chicken. So you might be giving me an animal that, I don't know, it could be any type of animal. It could be a fucking human for all I know. Now, because human tastes more like pork. If you ever wonder, real human meat really tastes like pork. We are very similar with pigs in many ways. Yeah, I was also thinking cats. But yeah. Here's the thing, yeah, I'll eat most meats. Like, almost all meats. I like sushi, I like all tips. I like all types. I like sashimi, I like maki, I like all types of rolls. I like tempura as well. I really like sushi. What are you so weirded out about, Flux? The human pig talk? That we're similar to pigs? I also really like green matcha tea. I'm not a big tea drinker. I will prefer coffee any day over tea. But green matcha tea, man, that just hits different, especially with the ice cream flavor. It's an acquired taste, but I really like it. I'm gonna be honest, I like fast food. I'm a fast food goblin. I could make a tier list out of fast food and go into it into detail because I like it that much. I'm sorry, I'm very unhealthy sometimes. Tomatoes are the freaking truth. Tomatoes are the freaking light. Tomatoes are my life. Tomatoes are my heart and my soul. I love tomatoes so much. And if you don't like it, we are gonna fight. Same with mushrooms. Cheese, do I even need to explain myself? All types of cheese I like. Even the shitty type, well, the really shitty cheese, I really don't like it. The one that is like really fucking plastic, I really don't like that one. But I like most types of cheese. I like cheddar. I like Gouda. I like mozzarella. I like Reggiano Romano. I like all of it. You do have to explain yourself. No, because you spelled cheese wrong. Did double S. I'm a fucking dingleberry. Well, yeah. Joke's on me, I suppose. And lastly, bread. I mean, I like crunchy bread, soft bread, milk bread. What do you call this thing? Well, garlic bread. I like bread, just in general. Okay, so here comes the food that I don't like. I don't like raisins. I know it's not a hot take. My best friend really likes raisins, and I know they are good for you. I just can't, man. I don't like the flavor. As I've grown up, I've tried food in the past that I didn't like, and now I like it. But raisins is not one of them, and neither is celery, which is why their celery is as my background in my streams. I think it's kind of funny that the only option that I had for milk, in quotation marks, is from celery. So I had to literally go out into the world to find something better, and I found real milk because celery fucking sucks. Literally, if I bite into a piece of celery, especially if it's boiled, I'm most likely going to throw up. Not even fronting about that. I might throw up. Now, bell peppers, I can stomach them better than celery and raisins, but only if they are raw. Boiled bell peppers, and even stir-fried bell peppers, I really don't like it. I don't like the mushy texture, and it really amps up the flavor because when it's raw, it's fresh, so it feels like a vegetable type of thing, like refreshing and all of that. But when you cook it, it's more or less like a tomato. It gets mushy, it's very savory, but I don't like it. Strawberries, well, Flux already knows about this. I don't like strawberries too much. I think they are overhyped. I like, I mean, artificial flavored strawberry things are okay, and natural strawberry is okay as well, but most of the time it's like people are making such a big deal about it. They aren't that sweet. The texture is not that good. It has a ton of seeds which you can eat, but it is not particularly enjoyable. If you combine them with milk, it's okay, but not quite as tasty as, like, I don't know, strawberry Nesquik or something like that. If you combine them with chocolate, with like melted chocolate, I think that's peak of strawberries. I swear every time I tune into your streams you talk about how overrated strawberries are. You know, you may have a point. It's just that both my brother and my cousin, my closest cousin, they both love strawberries so much, and I'm like, what's the big fucking whoop? Okay, so figs and dates, that's old people candy. I know it's fruits, but no. Boiled garlic, ew. This is the worst of the worst in my opinion. The other day, I went into another one of my cousin's house. I mean, this was already like a year and a half ago, and he cooked for us. And he lived in a really good house, like a very fancy place. And I was like, oh, so thank you so much for inviting me. It's really an honor. Like, you wanted to show me around and everything because we are tight and we're family and all of that, right? Yeah, I've never tried a fig Newton, but it sounds okay. So we were eating chickpeas, or garbanzo beans, however you want to call them, and I'm okay with garbanzo beans. I like them, so I'm eating, and a freaking piece of boiled garlic enters my mouth. I gagged, I spit it out into a napkin, and I had to stop eating because I was so freaking disgusted that if I kept eating, even if there wasn't any more boiled garlic, I knew I would throw up. And I hate that I have to say that because I really don't like being a picky eater. I am not a picky eater, but I mean, I wish I could eat everything because I mean, I don't know if I'm sounding like way over the top right now, but every single time that you have food in front of you and you can eat it, it's for you, it's a gift. You have to be thankful. It's something that came from nature most of the times. And it's something that you can digest as a human. It's something that you can season and make something like presentable and delectable. And you can create freaking magic out of. But I don't know, the flavor just doesn't go through it, through my throat. Like, only if I was freaking starving, I could probably stomach it. Otherwise, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say no. And I don't like sweet bread. I am not a picky eater. Complains about the most common fruits and vegetables. Listen, I can eat strawberries. I'm just saying they are overrated. Anyways, yeah, so that's it from my likes and dislikes. And let's see how this looks here. Wait a moment. Yeah, okay. This is gonna take a while, so we're just gonna breeze through it because this already went on long enough. I like it, I'm having fun, but it is a bit long. Okay, so I'm really into animation and all of that. So here we go. Cartoons, regular show, probably. I'm not sure if I could call it my favorite cartoon of all time, but it's definitely top 5. I love it so much. It's so consistently funny. Sometimes it can be a little bit boring sometimes, but it's definitely the exception, not the norm. And call Mordecai unbearable and the whole romance tangents unbearable. I understand. I think it's kind of entertaining, but it does linger on. Yeah, we're gonna go through it. I'm so sorry. We're gonna be talking about those crushes later. Another cartoon that I liked, I don't like it that much anymore, but when I was in high school, this cracked me the fuck up. Kappa Mikey. A lot of people just remember the opening because it's such a banger, and it is. One thing that you don't know about Kappa Mikey, most likely, is that it was supposed to be a more mature show, kind of like Beavis and Butthead or Ren and Stimpy Adult Party. Maybe not that graphic, but that type of adult humor. It was supposed to go on MTV, but MTV ended up not taking the pilot, and you can see the pilot, and the pilot is really funny. It kind of has like that edgy type of humor, but they had to dumb it down and send it to Nickelodeon. So the Kappa Mikey that we ended up with is a more infantile version of the Kappa Mikey that could have been, and I really wanted to see what the real Kappa Mikey could have been. But yeah, I think it's funny still. The Simpsons, absolute classic from seasons 1 to 8. Even, no, yeah, 1 to 8. I could rewatch those episodes time and time again. They are so timeless and so great. I might call The Simpsons the best animated series of all time, at least from seasons 1 to 8 or 7. It's, I mean, nothing can compare to it, really. Steven Universe, a bit of a hot take, I know. But I really liked. I just started to remember that I posted. Oh, okay. It's very colorful, and I like to see like a more PC sensitive type of cartoon make it out into the world. So it's a bit of a shit show sometimes, but it's interesting to see. I don't know, I think it's important that we as people try to understand different points of views. So I don't know, it's interesting enough to watch at least. SpongeBob, I mean, do you want to feel young or old depending on what I'm going to tell you? Listen, I saw the first episode of SpongeBob SquarePants debut. I was a child when I was watching the first episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, and I saw the first episode on Nickelodeon. It was 3 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. The one where he applies for the Krusty Krab, the one with the blower, which is like a short, and when he meets Sandy. All 3 of those episodes in a row, I saw when they were being broadcasted for the very first time in Nickelodeon. Whew. And that might not sound like much to someone older than me or someone my age, but say that to a Zoomer and watch him look at you like you are some old piece of shit. I think Steven Universe's main issue is saying everyone is redeemable. I mean, yeah, but you may also say that about Naruto and many anime. That's actually a complaint many people have about anime, and Trigon actually deals with that subject really nicely. The final episode, it's all I'm gonna say. Okay, Primal, I already talked about Primal, absolute masterpiece. If you haven't watched Primal, watch that shit. Trust me, and thank me later. Courage the Cowardly Dog, another one that is probably in my top 5. I'm having Mac watch Trigon finally. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, you know what, Flux? I've been watching Full Metal Alchemist, and I don't remember the episode in which I am right now, but it's the one where Edward Elric and Roy Mustang fight each other. I mean, that's the next one that I'm supposed to watch, and I haven't watched it in like a week or something, but I watched a lot of the beginning, so I'm hoping to watch all of it, because I really don't remember much from where I watched it the first time, which it was heavily censored where I'm from. Okay, yeah, so Courage the Cowardly Dog in my top 5 easily. How often do you have a show that is actually creepy and so funny at the same time? It's so fun. Okay, another weird. Yeah, the original. I'm watching the original, and after that, I'm gonna be watching Brotherhood. But I'm not gonna be watching the OVAs or the movies because I know they are non-canonical. Anyways, another weird take. MLP, FIM, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Judge me all you want. Judge me all you want. It is fucking awesome. I mean, not really. It was awesome when it was a new thing. I mean, I was there when all of the most iconic brony videos were being made, all of the iconic pieces of fan art, and when the iconic jar was being filled. Listen, a lot of people didn't accept bronies, and I understand, I completely do. But if you can't accept us at our best, you're gonna have to remember us at our worst. And our worst is that jar. That jar is a reminder of what happened during those years. And you are gonna look at it in disgust, and I'm going to laugh. Okay, sorry about that. I think that the OG movie is pretty good. The original becomes non-canon after a certain point, and the movies take place after that series ends. Never mention the jar? Make me. And Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not sure if I would add that to my top 5, but I might add that into my top 5 cartoons of all time. How? I mean, not into my personal favorites, but just in general, just how freaking good it is. The way that it's written, the way that it's animated, the way that, I don't know, it just, it gets you, man. The world building is also pretty good. Anyways, now we're talking about anime. I've never been the biggest anime person. The type of anime that I watch, fairly normie. So let's discuss it. Digimon, I like all of the Digimon series until well, I like the first one, and I like the third one, and the fourth one was okay, Frontiers. Avatar: The Last Airbender is generally peak cartoon. I find it hard to compare to anything, absolutely. But yeah, I really like Digimon. I remember one time I had a dream, a literal dream, where I was hanging out with the Digimon cast, and it's like if I was one of them and I was going in all of these adventures. I was in early high school, right? And I remember waking up from that dream and being actually so sad that I had to wake up, because I mean, it was the ultimate child fantasy to me, even more than, I don't know, having like a Pokemon or something like that. For me, it was always Digimon. Tokyo Mew Mew and Tokyo Mew Mew New. It's a magical girl type of anime. If you watch Sailor Moon and all of those, it is like that. It's my favorite purely because I don't know, I guess I like the designs, I like the colors, I like everything. It is a very silly anime. I watch it almost ironically. I mean, it's not fully ironic. I really like it, but it's like so over the top and tropey that I just like it so much. Cells at Work, absolutely recommend that anime. I like Cells at Work, the regular one, which is more lighthearted, and Cells at Work Black, which is more serious. It's almost like a spin-off. One takes place at a healthy body and the other one at an unhealthy body. It basically follows up the cells of your body, blood cells, white cells, everything going around your body, and you learn something from this anime. I like Hero Academia, I like it okay. Currently still watching it. I heard that it's going to be ending soon, apparently. So it's a good thing that it's not gonna linger too long, because a lot of people were saying like, okay, we don't gonna have another Naruto. Speaking of Naruto, I really like it. I like regular Naruto and I like Shippuden, but I like regular Naruto more. Shippuden, it was really disjointed in certain ways. Very high highs but very low lows, and over 50% of all Naruto is filler. That is completely unacceptable to me. People did a Dragon Ball Kai to summarize Dragon Ball and slim down some of the filler. Naruto needs that ASAP. Dragon Ball, I like it. I like Dragon Ball Z more than regular Dragon Ball. That doesn't mean that I don't like regular Dragon Ball. It is super solid, but it's just kind of like a Latin American thing that you love Dragon Ball Z to death. Goku is your freaking idol if you are born in Latin America. Studio Ghibli, I like the Studio Ghibli movies. Spirited Away in particular is very nostalgic for me. I think it is for a lot of people. Like, it makes me feel a type of way that no other Ghibli movie makes me feel. I like Howl's Moving Castle. Ponyo is probably my favorite one. When Marnie was there was really good. I like Porco Rosso. I really like that one too. Anyways, Ore Monogatari, my favorite romance anime. Not that I watch too many of them, but it is absolute diabetes. If you want to watch nothing but cute, it is Ore Monogatari. But it is very fucking wholesome. It's not like cutesy in the way that you would think, like, how to say this, like really, like the characters are very touchy, or I mean, I don't know, it's just very sweet. I think it is very sweet. Watamote, she Tomoko Kuroki is literally me, for real, for real. I've never seen a more relatable protagonist in any anime. It is so funny. You get to laugh, you get to feel like I've done this type of shit before. So good. Probably one of my top favorite anime. And part of me is glad that it only has one season, because every single type of person tells me that it derails from the spirit of the original, of the beginning. It just becomes kind of like a Yuri harem, but at the very beginning it's just a very cringy person being cringy. Jinkai-san no Yome, if you want to fucking laugh, watch that shit. It's all I'm gonna say. Manga, we already talked about Berserk, but I could literally talk about Berserk, not so much the story, but how it makes me and everybody else feel. It's such a special piece of work. It's so raw. It's so raw, but so human. It's now JoJo, I put it in manga and not anime, because I mean, even if the animes that have been coming out of JoJo are really good, nothing really captures it like the manga. And I think that's why I put it in manga, even though I haven't read it. But I've seen it a little bit, and I do agree, like, nothing can capture JoJo quite like the manga itself. Kind of the same type of deal with Berserk. The movies are okay, but nothing captures Berserk more than Berserk manga. Mew Mew Kissy Cutie Lover over here. Yeah, I'm fucking Alphys in real life. Yeah, Boku no Hero manga is trying to work on its final arc right now. I've barely seen any Ghibli movies, have only in recent years started to watch more. I can definitely suggest some if you'd like. If you want a really, really lighthearted one, but really visually impressive one at the same time, watch Ponyo. I think Ponyo is my favorite one. It's very easy to digest as well. Okay, so in manga we also put doujinshis, because let's be honest, guys, it's me. I like doujinshis, and this is not the platform to discuss them, but if I could, I would discuss this deeper, because I really like the type of thing, the type of feelings that a doujinshi can give. But I really can't go into detail because I don't know, YouTube won't like it. Ponyo is one or two that I had watched growing up. Yeah, I think it's really good. Music. I'm very fucking basic when it comes to music. If I'm listening to something while doing something else, it's most likely going to be a let's play or a YouTube video. I don't know, like a video essay or something like that. I'm not really that much into music itself or bands or artists, but I do enjoy jazz, especially the more blues like jazz. I used to listen to the local jazz station. I like the idea of jazz being this genre that doesn't necessarily thrives on artists. People usually on jazz are like very underground in a certain type of way, unless you're talking about like Nina Simone and Tony Bennett and all of those peoples. I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of celebrities in each genre, but I don't know, there's something about jazz and improvising that feels very free. Nightcore, it's a bit of a meme pick, But if I need to be energetic, if I need to put something in the background that keeps me energetic because I need to do something, Nightcore usually does the trick, and it's very funny. It's kinda shitposty, but it does keep me hyped up. Vaporwave, I don't do any type of drugs, but I assume that if you were high and listening to Vaporwave and watching all of those Vaporwave Simpson videos, it will be such a vibe that you couldn't deny it. And I put sad boys here because there's a subgenre of music called sad trap music, and usually sometimes I tune in into the YouTube live streams, and I like the vibes. I don't know, it's like miserable, but it's like we're miserable together. Now the dreaded crushes part. Hololive Advent debuted not so long ago, the third English generation, and Shiori did something like this. She was talking about her crushes on stream, and everybody was like, "What the fuck? That's usually not something." You should play some in the VG. No, because I don't want to get copyright claimed. I should have put more music. I thought it wasn't gonna be talking this much, but surprises. Anyway, so crushes. Shamelessly, Miles Tales Prower is number one. I know, judge me all you want. And you'd be right in doing so. Especially since people can't let go that he has 8 years old. I was very fucking young when I was fucking attracted to him, like, straight up. It was early high school for me, but like very early, like I was, yeah, very very early. I think the first year of high school, and I ran into Sonic Advanced, Sonic Advanced, and that game has one of the best Sonic art styles of all time. If anything, I think it's the best art style. And I just saw Tails, and I was like, I'm kind of having feelings here. And I kind of made the mistake. I wasn't too sure at first. I thought, well, maybe it's a girl, because I don't know, it kind of has like these delicate features. But it turns out it was a guy, and let me just say, I didn't mind that much. Even when I was younger, I never cared if a person was a guy or a girl. It's just, if I like the person, I like the person. That's just how I've always been. Honestly, honest to God, it's always how I've always been. So yeah. Friend pulled out shovel and said, "Listen," as he started digging. Yeah, I mean, I know I can't defend myself, like, come on. And also, these crushes that I'm talking about, it's crushes that I had before. Right now, I honestly don't get crushes, purely because, well, I guess I'm a little grown for it, but not only that, I'm really fucking bitter. Because when you grow up, you become bitter. I mean, let's be honest. So, there was this trend on Twitter that said, without telling me your age, tell me your first anime crushes. And basically, all of the crushes that you're seeing here are the ones that I did on that Twitter. So I was very young when I developed these feelings for these fictional characters. So let's talk about it in depth so I can dig myself up. You were not the only one to get Tails mistaken for a girl. A lot of people made that mistake, especially in the OG Saturday cartoons. I know. But, I mean, I found out pretty quick. Like, maybe I was just bargaining with myself. It's like, is it okay to feel this way? But the next one is a girl. It's Hikari Kamiya, also known as the little sister from the protagonist in Digimon. When Digimon was airing, I was actually way younger, so I was actually her age. So it's not creepy. Right? No, yeah, but I had a crush on her. I guess it's mostly because of the way that people try to convey her, because she kind of had these special powers. She was a lot more receptive emotionally to the Digimon, and not only to the Digimon but to the feelings of anyone around her. So I don't know, she just seems so caring, I suppose. And I just felt like, wow, that's how I felt. um, so Ryoga Hibiki, have you ever watched Ranma and a half? I think that's what it's called. Ranma 1/2 from the same person that made Inuyasha. Ryoga is the rival of Ranma, and he could turn into a little black piggy when he went into hot water, I think. Never watched it. My friend loved it. Well, tell your friend I had a crush on Ryoga. Ranma 1/2. Okay. Ranma 1/2. Okay, yeah, so I had a crush on Ryoga because I think even nowadays he really has like himbo energy. Like, he's dumb, but he's very, I don't know, he was also kind of sensitive, kind of romantic, a little simpy, I'ma be honest. He was a little simpy, but at the time I just didn't register that. I don't know, I thought it was sweet how he was really hot-headed, but also helpless romantic. So yeah. Max Mizuhara from fucking Beyblade, out of all fucking things. If you look at him, he straight up looks like Tails, just like in human form. So that's probably the only relation I can think of, because his personality was so freaking plain. So I have a type, I suppose. And next one will be Sakura Kinomoto from Sakura Cardcaptor. She is the protagonist. I mean, that show in particular. I mean, how could you not? It was like a goddamn painting. It was such a beautiful looking show. Everything was like pink plushies and angel wings and stars and all of that. So, Flux, could you please not judge me? Nah, please judge me. I deserve it, honestly. So yeah, she was my type, I suppose, but purely because she was so freaking cute. Cute is my weakness. I really prefer really cute over really sexy. I think it really appeals to me. Okay, so I also like what it's called the gap moe, when somebody or something is cute but they also have like a sharp personality. I really like that. Next one will be Bu Ling Huang from Tokyo Mew Mew. You probably don't know who she is, but she's the yellow one. That's the only thing you need to know. And okay, Flux, are you sitting? Cause I think you need to sit to hear this news. I was so, and this was during school, like primary school. I wasn't even in college, it was primary school. This is how long this crush goes. I was so freaking infatuated with this character. I can't believe I'm gonna be saying this. I was so in love with this character that I printed a small picture of her in our house printer, right? I cut it up and put it in like my wallet, and I took her out with me on vacation. That is fucking insane, and I'm so glad I did that when I was in primary school, because holy fucking shit. I looked up all of the characters so I could see them. Great. So you can judge me even harder. So Mew Mew Kizzy Cutie. Okay, next one will be Renamon from Digimon Tamers. I've noticed when I was doing this list back on Twitter that apparently I have a thing for blonde characters. I don't know why, like, only like 2 or 3 from this list aren't blonde. And I don't know, I guess it just... I've always felt this affinity to the yellow color. I've always thought that people overhate yellow so much, and I'm just very attracted to yellow, especially when it's paired up with brown. Brown and yellow make such good complements, and you can find them in nature, like in sunflowers. I think yellow is a really good color, and really overhated. Yeah, you can call me a fucking furry for that one. I mean, if you say you like Renamon, you're completely a furry, but it's also a bit of a batch of shame because it's such a normie pick. It is the most normie pick for a furry, other than Crystal the Fox from Star Fox, or Lola Bunny from Space Jam. So yeah, this is a batch of shame, not because I'm a fucking furry, but because I'm a fucking normie. Kaola Su, she was the same type of character like Bullying Huang. Like, she was the Genki type of character, which means cheerful and energetic. So I guess I just had a type for Genki characters when I was younger. Right now I'm not too much into Genki characters, but hey. What? Which one were you into? I'm gonna assume Lola Bunny, because you like bunnies. Okay, so remember when I said... also, Kaolasu is from the anime called Love Ina. Yeah, I assumed as much. It's valid, honestly, it's valid. But I prefer Renamon, she's kind of cooler. Remember when I said that I don't get crushes anymore? The closest thing I've ever gotten recently to a cartoon crush again is from Honey Pop, out of all fucking things. This character called Jessie May is a returning character, and I mean, can you even blame me? She's a freaking MILF, and she's very like sexually active, but it also has this contrast because she's really sweet, and you can tell that deep down she wants to be loved, but she feels like she's too slutty or whatever, so they can't really accept her. And I mean, I wouldn't say that I straight up had a crush, but it's like, how can a character make me feel like that again as a grown-ass man? She's designed to suck your pee-pee. Yeah, but I know it was like a more like an emotional bond type of thing, because obviously she's sexy. Every fucking girl there is sexy, but like, I don't know, there was something there. If you play the game, you probably know what it is, what I'm trying to say. But yeah. And at the end I put Henia, because Henia the Genius, she's a VTuber. I know it's kind of cringe to say that you have a crush on a content creator like a YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer, whatever. But here's the funny twist, she encourages it. Like, she's not doing GFE experience, like she's trying to exploit people who feel really lonely. But the chat has this relationship with her in which people tell her that she's not a waifu, she's a friend, that even if she begs, we're not gonna be falling for her. And it's very funny. And the fact that it's such a chill, funny relationship is like, okay, she's really fucking cute and I like her. But that's why I put a question mark at the end. It's like, it's not so much like a girlfriend type of crush, but like a Friendship type of crush? Question mark? Repost, not crushing on Sukamon over Rinamon. Wasn't Sukamon the fucking walrus? Oh no, it's the piece of shit. You're a simp? Meh, a little bit. Honestly, I can proudly say that I really don't think of myself as a simp. Like, I've only donated one time. One time! And that's one too many in my book. But it was like a now or never type of deal. Anyways, enough with the crushes. You can question me later if you'd like. I am shameless a little bit, I am. Okay, so here comes the final part of the stream. And it's probably gonna be the longest one. You'd kiss her feet if she asked. Listen, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I have to. By the way, let me rotate real quick. Get rotated. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So, as you can tell here, I got a little bit tired with trying hard with the presentation design. So I just decided to go full Comic Sans and red font. Let's do this. So games, my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I'm currently playing Honey Pop 2, Freedom Planet 2, Pizza Tower, and Y2K, a postmodern RPG. When I made this presentation, the screen is a little painful. I mean, it's on purpose if it wasn't clear enough. But yeah, I already finished playing Honey Pop 2. I don't think I'm gonna be playing it anymore, but I had a blast. Freedom Planet 2, I haven't even started it. Yiik, I already played it to completion 2 times. I'm waiting for the update, but I'm gonna... Yiik? Yeah. But I'm gonna be waiting a little bit before playing the update. Hopefully, maybe. I mean, maybe I won't be able to control myself and I'll jump back into it right away. Pizza Tower, I played a little bit, but then fucking Holocure came out and that completely consumed me. I was absolutely consumed by Holocure. Ever since it came out, like, it's all the time. The only thing that I've been playing, literally, it's Holocure. And Crash Team Racing. You played it fully twice? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And 100%. Even with the side missions, even optional bosses and all of that. I love that game. You know what? I love that game. And I'm not afraid to say it. I love it. And I would play it on stream, but I'm waiting for the update, so... And it's very long. Like, if I stream it for myself, if I play it myself, it's way shorter than if I actually streamed it. But I love that game. And if you have any questions about fucking Yiik, I can answer them. All-time favorites? Paper Mario / Bug Fables. That goes for Paper Mario 64 and the 1000-Year Door. Super Paper Mario I don't think aged as well as the other two, but it is still kind of fun. It is the least good one of the original trilogy though. And after that I didn't play a single one, and I don't want to because they look horrid. Bug Fables though, I'm gonna play this one on stream. I don't know when, it could be in like 2 fucking years, 3, 5, 10, but I'm gonna be playing that. Just heads up, I have plans coming up in like 10 minutes or so. Okay, this is the last screen, so we're gonna be doing this quickly. Sonic slash Freedom Planet. I mean, I really like Sonic as a character. I like a lot of the games, and Freedom Planet is really good. It's mostly inspired by Sonic, but also Gunstar Heroes, and it is super fun to play. Hopefully, I'll play it one day on stream. GTA 4, that is a nightmare to try to play on a computer. If I ever get a capture for my PlayStation 3, we are definitely gonna be playing that there. Or maybe I'll play it on my Switch if it ever comes out for the Switch, because Red Dead Redemption 1 came out for the Switch. So let's get it. Tony Hawk, I mean, do you even have to ask? Especially the last one that came out, Tony Hawk 1 plus 2. I really like that one for the PlayStation 4. Super solid. Super fun, super unique. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I wish I could play it on stream, but it's on the PlayStation 4, so no. So here I am. Okay, now for the ones that I don't like, yes. Okay, don't kill me. I don't understand the craziness behind Kingdom Hearts. I played one, Chains of Memories, not the one for the Game Boy Advance, but the one on the PlayStation 3, and Kingdom Hearts 2, and I liked them okay, but I never got attached to the characters. I was never too crazy about the gameplay. In fact, the gameplay that I liked the most was the Chains of Memories one. I never really cared about the story. The Disney stuff is fun, I guess, but like, it never captured me 100%. So I didn't play Dream Drop Distance or anything that came after that. I'm sorry, but I do think it's kind of fun. It's just something that I mean, I don't get it. I don't get the craziness behind it. Final Fantasy. I've never played a Final Fantasy. This man out here with the real hot take saying Chains of Memories had better gameplay. I'm not sure if better, but I liked it better. It's what I'm saying. Now, I've never played a Final Fantasy in my life. I'm not the biggest RPG guy, which is ironic because I just play Yiik and Paper Mario and Pokemon. Okay, so same with Dragon Quest. I already said this in a Crash Team Racing stream I did. If I were to play a Final Fantasy, I would try 7, because it's the one that people go crazy about. But I don't know. Persona and Danganronpa. The only thing I can say about these two, especially Danganronpa, is that I'm way too old for this shit. I feel like a goddamn grandpa when I'm playing when I'm seeing someone play Danganronpa. It's like, I don't have the patience for this anymore. What are all these zoomers talking about? Brown bricks. I don't play Minecraft. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I would like to try it, but it is such a hassle to set it up and make a server and play with friends and all of that. It's such a hassle, but it looks like fun. I tried to play and like Pikmin. I like watching it. I don't like playing it. The limited time stresses me out. And I mean, I don't know. I feel very restricted when playing it. I don't like Genshin Impact. My brother loves it, and it's ironic because a lot of VTuber fans and VTubers themselves really like Genshin Impact because it's very closely related to anime and all of that. But I don't like it. Any gacha, I hate anything that is like loot crate gambles and all of that. And gacha is not an exception. And besides, even if you pull the rarest of rarest in a gacha, it's like, what is it? It's just a fucking JPEG. Can you even use them in battle? At least in Genshin Impact, if you get a character, you get to use it. In many gacha games, it's just like, oh, a 5-star rare, and it does nothing. I don't know, hot take there. Five Nights at Freddy's, I ignored this my whole life, but now I want to watch the movie So I read up on a ton of lore, a ton of conspiracy videos and all of that. So I'm more or less familiarized with it. And now I want to watch the movie, but the games, no way. Fire Emblem, I just never got into it. And Among Us. I never played Among Us. I never thought it was like fun. It's a social game as well, which I mean I mostly like single player games because I'm very asocial, I suppose. Just not my thing, I suppose. I think engine designers are neat, but I don't see myself playing it. Gachas are awful. Yep. Okay, so now the games that I like regularly. I like Star Fox 64. Out of all 64 games that I played, I think that's the best Nintendo 64 game that I've ever played. I'm stepping away from the computer, but I'm still listening. Okay, I'll try to wrap it up soon. Star Fox 64 is probably the best game I've ever played on the Nintendo 64. So unique, so enticing, it is arcadey, it is challenging, it is not unfair, but it is hard, and I like that. And the world building, the character designs, the dialogue, it's all so cheesy but in the best of ways. Super unique, I love it so much. River City Girls by Way Forward, absolute banger if you like beat 'em ups. It is super nicely animated. It's the revive of kind of like a spin-off of Kunio and the Mario series. I mean, do I even need to say anything? I really like Mario. I haven't played Odyssey, but I like the other ones. Banjo-Kazooie, really solid game. I played it for the first time like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Still holds up. Super fun, super cartoony. The music is great. Grant Kirkhope is a goddamn legend, and I'm so sad he didn't get credited in the Mario movie for the DK rap. The Mother series, if any game shaped me into what I am now, it is the Mother series. God damn, it is so. Before Undertale or Deltarune, when you were a Mother series fan, it was just so unique because most people are obsessed with Pokemon or Zelda or whatever, but Mother did all of these outrageous things that many RPGs didn't particularly took part in, like the fact that it's modern, a modern setting in an RPG. That's one of my favorite things ever. That's why I like Paper Mario so much. That's why I like Bug Fable so much. That's even why I like Yiik so much. Like, goddamn, what goddamn geniuses. Dead Road to Canada, infinite replayability. That is a goddamn solid game, and it is 75% off on Steam right now. You should buy it if you haven't bought it. It is hard and it is sometimes unfair, but if you get good at it, you're gonna have a ball. Crash Bash, absolutely overhated. I like all of the Crash series, but Crash Bash, it's like the Mario Party that a lot of people wanted because it has such a solid story mode, and it is so fun to play. I like the Splatoon series. I don't play the third one as much as I should, but I honestly got a little tired of it. In my opinion, Splatoon peaked on Splatoon 2, but I still need to play the DLC for the third one. Cooking Mama, super fun on the Nintendo DS. The one for the Wii was pretty fun, but I suggest playing the DS ones. The Pokemon series, I don't even need to explain anything. Elite Beat Agents is basically Osu. Super fun, I like reading games a lot. Honey Pop and Honey Pop 2, super fun, super raunchy, super people. The developers don't mind being very non-PC, and I appreciate that. Mario Odyssey is the first Mario I actually loved besides 64. I've always wanted to play Banjo. Mother fun. Canada looks like hella fun. Dude, Dead Road to Canada, highly suggested in my opinion. That game got me through so much of quarantine. Kirby Superstar is probably my favorite Super Nintendo game, maybe tied up with Super Mario World. It is so much fun, it's a lot of replayability. I would love to, but I'm becoming very broke. I'm so sorry to hear, man. Yeah, it's been hard lately with the cash money. The Bomberman series, super fun. I especially like the fifth one. I think it is for the Super Nintendo, but I think it's multi-platform, so weird to say. I didn't play any of the more modern ones. I just that's okay. If I'm trying to speed this up, but yeah, we're about to end. Turtles in Time, another beat 'em up, which is great. I like replaying it a lot. I have a lot of good memories. I played it with my cousin. Animal Crossing, I absolutely love it. I had a lot of precious memories of playing that over the pandemic with all of my dear friends. And even before that, I played on that 3DS, and I had so much fun. It's anthropomorphic, cute animals. It makes sense that I like it. Resident Evil 4, absolute majestic game. It's probably one of the best. Not one of the best game ever, but one of the most. It feels very arcadey, like it's a game first, and after that it's whatever the fuck. Like it has a story, characters, whatever. But the gameplay is so much fun. Looked fun. Love RE. Only ever beat 5 and 6 though. You never played Resident Evil 4? Okay, it's available for download on the Dolphin. If you ever feel like pirating, my dude, that game is so freaking fun to play. Anyways, Worms Armageddon, best Worms game, probably the only Worms game that you will ever need. I think it's even being updated to this day. I like Parappa the Rapper. I also like Scratching Melody, which is a game that we played here, the first game that we ever played. Project Diva. I like the ones on the PlayStation. I haven't been playing much, but I really like playing it for a long time. Pepsi Man, super fun, shitposty platformer, and it's really unfair, but even so, it's fun to play. Shinobito Way of Ninja for the PlayStation 2. I really wish I could have played this on stream, but I couldn't set it up properly. But it is a game about stealth, and it's super fun. Kind of like Tenchu, but better in my opinion. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series and the Naruto Ultimate Ninja series. Basically, the Naruto fighting games by Bandai. Absolute peak of Naruto. I could even say that you could play all of the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games. That you could play all of the story modes and you don't even need to watch the anime. The game conveys the series much better. Only maybe due to some of the more iconic fights, but besides that, absolute legendary game. I've seen a lot of playthroughs. I own it on PS3, but playing PS3 is very hard on my setup. Yeah. Okay, so I like Rhythm Heaven too. I think I might be able to play the Rhythm Heaven for Wii on stream, maybe. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, peak Dragon Ball fighting game. No game has ever come close to being as good as this one, except maybe like the newer one, not Kakarot, the one that looks 2D. Fighters, I think it is, but I never played it. But it looks fucking awesome. Ace Attorney, I played 1, 2, 3, I played Apollo, and the 5th one. After that, I didn't play any of them. Dr. Mario, I was addicted to it. I like playing Dr. Mario 64 as well. And Punch Out, I like the original Punch Out for the NES, and I like Punch Out Wii. I never got good at the Super Nintendo one or the arcade one. I don't understand them. Have you ever seen Rhythm Thief? It's so good but so bad at the same time. Hella fun. No, but I'm gonna look it up later. I wanted to mention on Rhythm Heaven there's a game called Melatonin, which is also a rhythm game, and it's very inspired by Rhythm Heaven. I might play it on stream someday if I buy it. Smash Bros, obviously. Like, the first one I played was Melee. But the one that I played the most was Brawl. After that, the fourth one, I hated it so much that I thought the franchise was dead. And then Ultimate came out, and all of the hype surrounding it, and the tight controls and balanced gameplay, so freaking good. I liked it so much. And that, in my opinion, is the ultimate Smash game. But I know a lot of elitists really like Melee, so... God, I didn't expect this stream to be so long. Anyways, almost done. And obviously Holocure. Absolutely obsessed with this game. I cannot promote it enough, and it is free. A game of this caliber being free. Can you believe this shit? Melee. Okay, Melee. So yeah, that's all of my presentation. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it 5 stars, and add me to your subbox, add me to your playlist, share it with 5 friends, or else you're gonna die tonight. All of that good shit. Now, for the very last thing, I wanted to watch some VTuber clips with you, but this actually took so freaking long that I'm gonna be saving that for another type of stream. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you Sora for joining me as well. And if you're gonna be listening to the bot, feel free to comment, feel free to tell me directly, whatever. Oh yeah, the 009 whatever, no, that would absolutely take down the stream because that's copyrighted, so we can't even meme about it. So yes, thank you so much for joining me, and I had a lot of fun. It was way longer than I expected it to be, but I'm glad I did it. And goodbye to all of you. I'm gonna be timestamping this later, and bye bye. Thank you. Hugs and kisses to you too. Like patas, like patas, like patas, like patas, like patas, like patas, like